Alright, hello everyone to round 3 of the no assist tier here at Vietnam DMR. Today we have around 14 drivers, I think. And I hope we will have a great race, of course. This is a brand new track and it's a pretty hard track as well. You have some walls when you run. I mean, you can't go outside of the track because you have walls so close and the track is pretty tight, so it's probably going to be some great racing and pretty hard to overtake here. But you have really long straights, so that's an advantage as well, and um, pretty easily to overtake there, of course. As Zotex comes out of the pits, a Alfa Romeo of Blurix, I think, is that? Yep. And I think everyone just comes out of the pit instantly, probably. Zotex is out first on the mediums. Blurix is on the mediums as well. On their outlap right now. Here we have a short qualifying, of course, of 18 minutes. And yeah. And of course, who gets the fastest lap is first, and so on. Lurixer decides to overtake the Mercedes already. And I'm not sure who wants to go first, because it looks like Zotex wants to go first, to be honest. As he stays close behind, but yeah. But the rest of the grid comes out of the pits here. Here we have Richard Grunwald on the softs already. Vexit on the softs already. The other Red Bull is on the softs as well. I mean, I think everyone is on the softs. And probably everyone will set their bank lap on the first lap, of course, just to get their the feeling of the car, and they're in control, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, most of the grid is on softs, of course. It's gonna be a one stop probably from softs to mediums, or from mediums to hards, but I think it's not worth it for mediums to hards. But I think Zotax is already on this lap now. No, he's still on no, he's on this lap right now. Blurixer decides to stop. I think he probably invalidated that. Lap data, there we go. So this is a pretty hard corner, of course, here. That's really hard to go on the throttle without spinning or anything. But now on to the long straight, of course. I hope we're gonna see some nice overtakes here. I mean pretty easy overtakes probably. As we go into the tight hairpin in gear 1. It's pretty unusual in 2020 to go to a corner in gear 1. So yeah, that's a really tight corner, of course. But through the last sector here, alright, never mind. To the last two corners. This is a pretty hard corner as well. A lot of understeer, and that's what I experience. And this really hard as well. This wall comes up to you, and it's really hard to not drive right into it. As we have Zotex in second place, and then Vexit 4 seconds faster. It's the power of soft, of course. Pretty crazy. Who do we have here? We have a Racing Point crossing the line right now, and that's Gary OC with a 134.0. Wazook does a 134.6. Richard 134.8. Ice Wind to 135.6. Zotax, we already have seen that, and the Haas of Hardcore 139.5 on the mediums, of course. I'm hoping to see them all go on the softs. We have Fab on 137.8. That's not that great on the softs compared to Vexit, of course, but you know. Jim Wong 135.9 on the softs of the Ferrari here. As we have Riggedy coming up to the line. Pretty sure it's not on his fastest lap. I'm not sure. Where I don't know if he knows the braking system. I don't know. But okay, we have Vino going into the pits. The Red Bull of 20. I hope I say that right. Going into the pits. Velocity on his out lap. Blurkse on his flying lap, I'm pretty sure. Because he failed to do a lap, the previous lap. And getting blocked by Hardcore there. Oh, a snap of oversteer. A lot of understeer into these corners for him. I'm not sure what setup he's running, but it's Vietnam. You have a lot of understeer here for sure. And Blurkse does a 137.2 on the mediums, of course. And I think Velocity is starting his lap right now. Let's see what he does to this first corner. He misses the apex just a little bit, but that's not that bad to be honest. But to this corner, it's a really weird corner here. But he goes through. He goes through it pretty nicely onto the straights, and then we have a chicane here. To be honest, I find this track really weird, but you never know. You don't know, man. And this corner pretty hard as well. You slow down and then get on the throttle as fast as possible for this straight, of course, to carry the most speed onto the straight. And it's a long straight, and then you have a hairpin into into first gear. Right, through the first gear, goes to this corner really nicely. Hard on the throttle. It's pretty hard to go on the throttle there as well, as you can easily spin out because you need to turn and go on the throttle. So yeah. And now through the S corners, it goes through it pretty nicely. And that misses the apex there a little bit. Here as well goes pretty wide, but good enough. A lot of understeer here, of course. And then the last corner, he barely misses that wall and does a 135.8. It's a pretty good lap for a banker, for a first lap, of course. As Vexit is already on his out lap, just as Gary OC. Just like Gary OC. Let's see where. Okay, Vexit is all the way here. Who do we have on a lap here? Let's see. Everyone is on his out lap here. I think Money is on his flying lap. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure he is, as he goes to the last sector here, of course. Cuts the corner, and that's a invalid lap. Sadly. Because he hasn't set a time yet. Just like Vino from with the Haas. I saw he's on his out lap as well. You have 9 minutes remaining in this qualifying session, so everyone needs to hurry up a little bit as Icewind starts his lap. Doesn't invalidate that corner. I think he went a little bit too wide there, but I'm not sure. As we have Gary OC on his flying lap as well, going really wide and just not invalidating his lap somehow. Goes out of the white line, but somehow it doesn't invalidate, just like Icewind did. But Icewind is on the straight right now towards the hairpin, of course, and Gary OC is to the chicane and is about to go on the straight as well. Goes through this corner pretty nicely. Put the steering wheel as straight as possible for that exit, so yeah, you can minimize the wheel spin there, of course. Exit going through the same corner, a little bit behind. And let's see how he does the exit. I think Gary OC was a little bit better on the exit, but not sure. As Gary OC goes to the hairpin, of course, in third gear. That's pretty high gear for that corner. But I guess you can still do it, and you can minimize the wheel spin on the exit, of course. So actually pretty good strat from him as he goes through the S corners. Here to the right, he navigates it pretty nicely, hitting the curb there, taking all of the curb here, and going through this understeery corner. He locks up with the left tire, and it goes through the last corner right now. Let's see how he does it. And he does it really nicely, and he still is on second position though. As we have exit, I'm pretty sure he spun, or not sure what happened to him as he goes into the pits, because after a failed attempt, didn't succeed to do a lap. Icewind on his in lap, of course. Wazuk is on his flying lap right now, going through the last sector here, missing the apex massively and going wide a lot. Let's see if he still can make it. And it goes through the last corner, navigates through it pretty nicely, but oh, on fourth position, 134.5 from him, as Richard did it 134.5 as well. It's only like 30 hundredths, 30 thousandths off from Richard. And Zotax in 6. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if he's on his in lap. As we have Velocity on his out lap. Let's see, Blurksy invalidated this lap. Vino is on his flying lap, I'm pretty sure. So let's see how he does here. No, he's on his end lap, I think. Not sure, to be honest. Riggedy invalidated this lap. Swiney still no. He has still not set the time. He has invalidated this lap again, once again. So not great start from him. So for now we have exits on pole position, Gary OC in second, Icewind in third, Wazuk in fourth, Richard in fifth, Jim Wong in sixth, and Sotex in seventh, Velocity in eighth, and Blurksy in ninth, and Fab in 10th. So let's see if this grid changes or not. As Blurksy starts his lap here, just in front of one of the Williams of Velocity. I'm pretty sure he's on this lap as well right now. That will give Blurksy a little bit of dirty air, I think. I'm not sure. No, he's not that close, so pretty sure he's in clean air right now. But they're pretty close together as Velocity goes through the chicane pretty nicely. Let's see how Blurksy does. I'm pretty sure he pretty much did the same, going pretty nicely through that chicane onto the straight. And you can't say much here, it's just a straight with a little bit of you need to turn just a little bit at the end of the straight, of course. Let's see how Velocity does here to this hairpin. He goes a little bit wide. He misses the apex massively as Blurksy locks up, but he makes the apex, of course. Velocity decides to stop doing to not do the run because he probably went down on his time in that hairpin there. But let's see how Blurksy does into the third sector. He misses the apex there, but pretty nicely through here to the last few corners. Goes really wide here. It's on the steery corner. Oh, he has a snap of oversteer, and oh, that was really nice to the last corner. He ends up in 7th position, just behind Jim Wong. Let's see who is on his lap right now. Riggedy, what is he up to? He is. Let's see if I don't think he's on his flying lap right now. I think he's just starting his lap right now. Let's see if we have anyone. Let's see, Icewind. Icewind is on his flying lap, it seems like. He just started this lap going through the chicanes. Here, just before the straight, locks up massively, and a lot of understeer through that first corner of the chicane. But through this corner pretty nicely, gets a pretty nice exit onto the straight, of course. As Gary OC is on his lap as well, and Riggedy just giving him some dirty air. Riggedy not getting out of the way, and I think, yeah, that's the lap of Gary OC ruined. Sadly, I'm not sure what Riggedy is up to be honest. He's going really slowly. I'm not sure. But let's see, let's look at Icewind here as he's going through the last sector. Let's see how he does here through these S corners. Navigates. Oh no. He bells out on that lap and goes into the pits. Let's see, Vexit starting his lap. He's on professional pro right now. Let's see how he does on this lap. Misses the apex a little bit. And going through this corner pretty nicely. This is a really hard corner because you can, of course, and you don't know how much you can go on the throttle, but he invalidates it already on the start in the first sector. But it's really hard to not spin out there and get a nice exit. Yeah, it's really hard. But Richard on his lap as well. And through this corner, navigates pretty nicely through it. Takes all of the curb there onto the straight here. Towards the chicane. We have Zotax on his lap as well, just ending it, but he's 7/10 up, so I'm pretty sure he's not gonna. No, he's not gonna, and he's not gonna improve on that. As Richard is gonna go onto the straight, as Wazuk is doing his lap as well, just starting it, and he has the same problem. And Riggedy is in front of him again. Oh, and Huani actually sets a pretty good lap and goes to second. A really great job by him. As Vexit has invalidated his lap, of course. I'm not sure what happened. If Riggedy blocked Wazuk, I'm pretty sure he didn't, because Wazuk was only 74 thousandths of a second under his time, or up on his time. So let's see, he goes to the hairpin. Oh, and a big lockup, a double lockup for him into the hairpin. And he's probably gonna bow out on that lap, as we have Richard going for another lap here. Just starting it, I think. No, oh wait, he actually goes in front of Wazuk. And it's a 134.3 for him. And let's see it, Wazuk, he's not gonna improve anymore. Jim Wong, he's already improved on his time just a little. Let's see what he can do here. Goes towards the last sector, locks up with his right tire though. Going through the last sector, as he has Velocity in front of him that just broke his wing, but Velocity gets out of the way just in time, but really nicely through these corners. Let's see, at this understeery corner, really nicely, and to the last corner right now. Let's see what he does, and he does a 134.7, and sadly that doesn't put him in front of Wazuk or Richard. So Jim Wong will be 7th, I think that's it for the qualifying. Yep, everyone is in the pits and it already ended. So, the top three is Vexit, Gwenny, and Gary OC. And the rest of the grid we have in fourth, Icewind, fifth, Richard, sixth, Wazuk, seventh, Jim Wong, eighth, Lurksy, ninth, Sotex, 10th, Velocity, 11th, Foop, shit, I forgot his name, 12th, Vindo, 13th, Hardcore, 14th, Riggedy, and 15th, Afruso. But I think he joined, pretty sure he joined right in the middle of the qualifying, so he couldn't set a time, because he was too late, of course. But let's see if we can end this qualifying, because yeah, no one is in the on a lap anymore. So yeah, I repeat again. Vexit first, Granny second, and Guy C in third. Let's see the Red Bulls on the top of the leaderboard again. I'm pretty sure Australia was the same thing. I'm not sure, to be honest. But Hardcore starting on the mediums, just as I'm not sure who that was, but the top 10 is starting on the softs, and then some people are starting on the mediums. All right. Well, we'll start the race shortly. Just another formation up first, as Zotex has left the session. Not sure what happened to him there. Alright. So yeah, we have a formation lap here first, of course. And we here have the predicted pit stop of Vexit. It says softs, medium, softs, but I'm pretty sure everyone knows that's just gonna be a one stop from softs to mediums. You can already do it on Bahrain, and I'm pretty sure you can just easily do it here. As Vexit locks up on the formation lap and the chicane. So that's not gonna be great for his tires, of course. As we have Kwani behind him, his teammates, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be his biggest rival for his season. But Gary OC in the mix as well, of course, in the Racing Point. The Racing Point looking quick this year, of course. And Icewind in the Williams behind him. And then we have Richard behind the Williams, of course. And then we have Wazuk. Jim Wong. I'm pretty sure he can do better, but maybe it's not his best track. Maybe Vietnam is not his best track. You never know. Not everyone has his great days. Roxy in the Alfa Romeo is starting behind Jim Wang though. And far behind in the formation lap is Zotex. I'm not sure why he's so... Oh, we left, of course, and it's the bot driving him. Sadly, I don't know what happened to him. I'm not sure if he already joined back. Um, I don't know. Well, we have the predicted stop strategy from velocity, and yeah, it's just gonna be a one stop from softs to mediums. And yeah, as we can see here, Zotax has left. But everyone lines up on the grip. There it is. Everyone lines up on the grid. And look at this beautiful shot. We have actually a good camera angle for once at the start of the race. Maybe we don't see the whole grid, but we can at least see something. Let's look at the lights. We have 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go. Everyone actually has a nice start. Gary OC already on the right side of Vexit. Vexit not getting a good start. 3 wide into the first corner, but Gary OC backs off, of course. As we have Juani overtakes Vexit already. Going side by side, but Juani goes around the outside, and that's really nice. But onto the straight right now. Vexit has a better exit than Juani, I'm pretty sure. But he stays behind him. As Gary OC tries as well, but Vexit goes around, up the inside, but he backs off at the last second going into the chicane. I'm pretty sure we have no crashes. Wiggity last window going down. But we have Juani on top, Vexit right behind him, Gary OC close behind him as well. Icewind really close behind Gary OC as well. Everyone is really close behind it, but it's really bunched up together. As we have Vino, I think I'm pretty sure he spun or something. But someone breaks his rear ring there. It's not good for them, of course. Azotek has rejoined the session. That's Quenny doing a great job staying in front of Vexit. And they go to the last chicane, last sector here. And the dirty air is really affecting it here, of course. Like, the dirty air in this year's game is pretty bad, to be honest. Like, it's better to stay in front of someone than behind if you're faster than them, of course. As Gary OC goes into the pits, and I think it's him with the wing damage. So, I'm pretty sure it's him with the wing damage. Sadly, he was doing a great race, or he's going too hard. I'm not sure. As we now enter lap, it should be lap 2, but it says 3. But Vexit, Juani is on top, but for some reason it says that Vexit is 8th, which is really annoying, of course. But Velocity is close behind. Is that Icewind? That's Icewind, sorry. And let's see, actually, ooh, a snap of oversteer for Juani gives him a bad exit. Vexit now right on the bumper of him, or rear bumper, there it is. But they go side by side. His camera angles are absolutely terrible. They go side by side onto the straight. Vexit overtakes him, not using the overtake actually. Juani not using overtake as well, going into the chicane. Vexit is already in front of him, and Vexit retakes the lead of the session. Icewind stays close behind Juani and Vexit, which is pretty nice. Then we have Richard a little bit behind, actually 2 seconds of the leader, of course. And then we have Wazook right behind Richard. Lurksy pretty close to Wazook as well. Jim Wong pretty close behind. And Fab is... that's the end of the combo, I guess. But from 1st to 7th, it's pretty close between them all. As Blurksy locks up into that corner. Jim Wong gets a bit closer because of that. But Juani already on 1 second of Vexit, and Vexit's pulling away here. As we have DRS open right now, but Juani will not get the DRS here. Because Vexit already managed to get a 1 second gap. So Vexit's showing his space here. Oh, as Juani going over that curb, of course. Getting a lot of wheel spin because of that. And getting a snap of oversteer. Icewind is really close behind right now. Going through the chicane, Icewind locks up here. And let's see if Icewind can get a good exit here. And overtake Juani and onto the straight. But Juani has a better exit than him. But Icewind using overtake Huani is not using overtake. And now he should open the DRS. He opens the DRS, but isn't close enough to make an overtake on Huani. Let's see what we have here. Riggedy overtaking Velocity. Yes. Oh, he gives him back to position though, so maybe it was a dirty overtake. And we have Wazook, and Richard going side by side. Wazook getting a better exit though from that hairpin, I guess. And now going to the third sector. I'm pretty sure you can't really overtake here, so Wazook staying in front of Richard for now. But if Richard can stay close behind here, of course, he can get the DRS for the next straight and close up to Wazook, but they both go really wide. But Richard, of course, getting the dirty air, and it's pretty hard there. But Richard hitting the apex pretty nicely, and Wazook going a little bit wide and locking up as we have Jim Wang entering the pits here. Not sure if he has any wing damage. Probably, because I'm not sure why you would go to the pit that early. The closest fight is Richard and Wazook, and then Icewind and Huani, but Huani pulling away from Icewind a little bit. Now 1 second, of course. Icewind is trying everything, but it stays just under 1 second. And you can cut these corners a little bit, and a lot, without getting a warning. But Icewind getting a pretty better exit than last time onto the straight, but is not close enough to overtake him for sure. He's not using any overtake, and actually, if you look at Huani, he has almost no ERS left, so that's not great for him. But Vexit pulling away further. And let's see what the position changes are. So, Icewind getting 1 position up, of course, because Gary OC had to go to the pits pretty early. And what Falp doing pretty nicely, 4 positions up. And Fusel, I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but he has 7 positions up, starting from the back of the grid, of course. So he's doing pretty well. Then we have, but he actually left the session. Well, he's not on the session, so that's not great for him, of course. But Gary OC catching up, getting a snap of oversteer there. But Gary OC already on the mediums, of course. Jim Wang on the mediums as well. Minnow 1 position up. And Hardcore is, I'm not sure, it's saying 1 in green, but also a gray stripe. Yeah, I'm not sure. But Velocity goes 3 positions down after, I'm not sure if it was a crash between Riggedy and Velocity. I'm not sure. But yeah, Gary you see already making 1 stop. Oh, Jim Wang making 1 stop, of course. A Hardcore making 1 stop as well, and Velocity making 2 stops. So that probably explains why he dropped 3 positions. Let's see. We have Vexit on the softs. He hasn't made it stop, of course. So the top 6 is on the softs, and the rest of the grid is already on the mediums. Fab started on the mediums already. Gary OC, we saw him go to the pits and change to the mediums, as we have the bots fighting with, I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's the AI just fighting with Gary OC. Or it's the actual player, but I just see it like that. Jim on the mediums as well. But yeah, that will be the start, and Icewind really closing up to 20 right now. Oh, alright. So he's pretty close behind 20, opening the DRS right now, not using any overtake. Let's see how much Huani still doesn't have any ERS. 20 playing it really safe though, already braking really early, but staying close behind 20. Let's see if he can get a good exit. He gets a good exit, but Huani just seems to get a better exit than every time. Actually, no, it's now Icewind with the better exit, using your overtake button and opening the DRS here, using some more overtake. And let's see if he goes around the outside, and that's gonna be the inside for the next corner, but he's already gonna be past him before the corner, before the braking zone even. and overtakes him there pretty nicely. Let's see if Juani can come back, but I'm not sure if he can, as he has literally no ERS. And of course that means that Vexit is going to even pull away further because of the fights between Juani and Icewind. Juani can still stay close behind though on Icewind, but looks like Icewind is pulling away a little bit as when he locks up there, of course. And Icewind just has so much more over the ERS than Juani. And look, it's already almost 1 second. The gap is almost 1 second, as it is 1 second right now. And I think Icewind will secure that position for now at least. Let's see if Juani can come back later. And Jim Wang closing up to the Alfa Romeo here. And Blurksy going to the pits. Let's see where he ends up. I'm pretty sure he's gonna just... yeah, he's gonna be in front of Jim Wang for sure. So he has a pretty nice stop, of course. And yeah, that's gonna be for the... that's gonna be it for the start of the race. Now we have like 20 more laps remaining. And let's check if anyone already has any penalties. So we have Vexit with no warnings at all, Icewind 1 warning on the last lap, and Juani already 2 warnings and no ERS as well, so that's gonna be pretty hard for him to come back. Richard 2 warnings, Fab 0 warnings, Gary OC 2 warnings, Blurix 1 warning, Jim Wang 2 warnings on the first lap already, 1 warning on the second lap, and on the 5th lap 1 warning as well, but no penalty. I'm not sure for what he got a warning for. Let's see, it's a Fussel, but I'm pretty sure that's just the bot driving. Yeah. So I think no one has a penalty for now. Yeah, no one has a penalty for now. Maybe the end of the grid will... oh, okay, Vexit already went into the pit to the mediums, and now Icewind takes the lead, but of course not for long. And Jim Wang getting a third, second time penalty for multiple warnings. Yeah, Gary is in 7th. After that nice qualifying, he said he is all the way in 7th for now. But he's two positions behind Vexit, of course. But the gap to him is like 16 seconds, I think. So yeah, that's not the best. And the gap to the leader is 29 seconds. So Icewind can make an easy pit stop. Well, actually no. The pit stop is really long in this track. I think it's like 30 seconds. So Gary OC will be just in front of Icewind, I think. Or we will see. As Vino has left the session. Let's see what happens here. Richard Grunwald getting first position now, but he hasn't made a pit stop. As Icewind goes into the pits and Juani goes into pits, and together with Wazuk. Fab stays out, but I think he already made a pit. No, he started on the mediums. Well, Vexit is already catching up to Richard here. So yeah, pretty nice start from Vexit, of course. Iceland is 7 seconds behind, so just Vax is showing his pace, of course, on this new, brand new track. 20 is almost 2 seconds behind Ice wins. And we have Gary OC overtaking Fob there. I think Gary OC has a much better pace than Fob. I think, not saying anything. But 20 can't quite catch up or close the gap to Icewind, as he still has almost no ERS remaining, and Icewind actually has not much ERS as well, as we have a yellow flag into sector 2. It's Fob that has a yellow Fob that has caused the yellow flag, as he has wing damage. I think he drove into the wall somewhere on accident. Of course, these are a hard couple of corners to do perfectly every lap consistently. But now Icewind is closing up to Richard, who is still on the softs. Through the chicane. Ooh, it's a pretty nice move. Locks up though, but Richard really wants to fight it, but can't really on those worn softs, of course. But he has a lot of ERS compared to Icewind, who is almost none. Finally closing up as well now. Richard, of course. Alright. F20 now close behind Richard, but third sector, it's gonna be really hard to overtake here, so he needs to stay behind him and just wait. But he's gonna try to go around the Richard's really sketchy there, going into the pits when 20 wants to go kind of around the outside. Alright, as we come up to the end of the race, here we have a fight between Jim Wong and Blurksy. Blurksy doing a great job holding off Jim Wong behind him, as we have a yellow flag and that's Velocity out of the race. Not sure what happened there. But Jim Wong trying so hard to overtake Blurksy here, of course. Double lockup for him. But Blurksy pushing as hard as he can as well. So this is gonna be the fight to the end, I think, as Blurksy goes to the inside. Jim Wong with the DRS, but this is not long enough straight to overtake. Of course, Gary C got overtaken by Wazuk and can't close up to him anymore. As Icewood is actually pretty close to Vaxid. Well, I'm not sure if he will have enough laps to close up to him. And let's look at Jim Wong, who's 2 tenths behind, but just can't make a move to overtake. But now going onto the straight, of course he will get DRS. Let's look at how much ERS he has. There's a lot of ERS. Blurksy has a lot of ERS as well, actually more than Jim Wong. They're both using it a lot. But going into the DRS so now, can Jim Wong overtake him? He closes up, going for the outside of the hairpin. It breaks really late, double lockup for him. Let's see where Blurksy comes out just next to him. Blurksy gets a better exit though. And Jim Wong will need to stay behind Blurksy once again. But Wazuk making the gap bigger and bigger between him and Gary OC. So this is the only fight going on track right now. Let's see if Jim Wong can overtake Blurksy. Now okay, with 2 more laps remaining. And into the first corner. Of course not closing up. Ooh, Blurksy getting a little bit of oversteer there. Oh, I'm not sure if that was actually like rotation or oversteer because it looked really weird. But Jim Wong getting the DRS, of course not using any ARS because it's pretty hard to overtake here, but he's gonna try to go up the inside. I mean, just to scare Blurksy a little bit, but not trying to make a move here. Oh, and going side by side onto the exit of the straight. Really smart move by him, but not making it work. And Blurksy getting right in front of him with a better exit. Blurksy actually not using any overtake, and Jim Wong is, but Jim Wong has absolutely no overtake anymore now. Going side by side once again into this hairpin, not locking up this time. Oh, he tries to go to this for a switchback, but that's not a smart move, I think. And a hairpin that is that sharp, and Jim Wong breaks right into the back of Blurksy, breaks his wing, and you can already see the time loss he's gonna get of that. That's really unfortunate for Jim Wong. I'm not sure if Blurksy braked a little bit too early there, to be honest. But we're gonna leave that for the FIA, of course. But Icewind on the dying stages of the race, closing up to Mr. Vaxid. Let's see if he can still do anything here. He's 1.5 seconds behind, but we are already coming up to the last lap of the race. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna be just a little bit too far behind to make any moves on Vaxid. But yeah, really unfortunate there for Jim Wong. But let's look at the position change, and I'm pretty sure Wazuk is gonna be pretty happy with that. Starting in 6th and ending in 4th, or it's probably gonna end in 4th, overtaking Gary OC. It's a pretty nice overtake, of course. Icewind is probably gonna be happy with that. Starting in wait, yeah, he started in 4th and he's gonna end in second, or maybe even first if he can do anything here on Vexit. But I think Vexit needs to make a massive mistake to so Iceman can overtake him. So Kwani losing one position, but still finishing on the podium. Wazuk actually getting a time penalty, and that's not that great when Gary OC is 4.5 seconds behind. But Blurksy one position up. Jim Wang sadly one position down, so he's not going to be really happy with that race. The bot of Afrosel doing a great job here. Pretty sure it's still the bots. I'm not sure though. It looks like it, to be honest. But he's gonna finish in the top 2 positions up, and he's gonna finish 9th. Jim Wong, yeah, well, we saw that. As Vexit crosses the line into first, Icewind crosses second, Kwani going to the last corner. He finishes third. Let's look at Wazuk. He's gonna be in front of Gary OC or behind Gary OC. Let's look at the time penalties here. As he crosses the line, he's gonna be 4th for now. But let's see if Gary OC. Oh, a lot of understeering to the last corner. He's going to end in 5th. Richard is all the way back here compared to Gary OC. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna be happy with. Oh, actually no, he dropped one position. It's not really great for him. But he comes across the line in 6th. At least he's in the points. And Blurksy, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be pretty happy with that race. He held off Jim Wong. Unfortunately, Jim Wong got some wing damage after driving into the back of him. But that's what happens in racing, is. But Blurksy is gonna end in 7th, and Jim Wong is gonna wrap it up in 8th. So let's see if we can get some interviews. Driver of the day, Afrusel, but of course, I'm not sure what happened there, if he left mid-session or he was actually driving. Well, here we see Vexit on the top of the making a selfie with the fence, but he's gonna finish on top, celebrating with his teammate on 3rd, dropping one position, and then we have Icewind, probably really happy with that race, to finish in 2nd position. And Vux is actually getting 1 point more for Icewind. It's Icewind with the extra point for the fastest lap of the race. Well, here we have it then. Vexit 1st, Icewind 2nd, and Juani wraps it all in 3rd. Even with a 6-second time penalty, but Wazuk has one as well. I think Gary OC, he has a 3-second time penalty. But it's gonna be it for the race, and let's see if we can have some. Let's see if we can have some interviews with the drivers. Alrighty. Let's see if we can. Display capture. Guess I'm just gonna do it like this. Alright. Let's see if we can get someone for an interview here. No assist here. Anyone? Okay. Nice win. Oh wait. Hello, hello.
Hi.
Hello, Icewind. How was your race? You have a you
Uh,
of course had a great race.
oh yes, it was infinitely better than I expected it to be. So yeah, I'm very happy with that result because I kind of knew coming to this race that I wouldn't really have the pace for on Vexit and Gary at least, and maybe Hueni as well. But I saw that Gary picked up some wing damage on lap one and he had to pit. So I just tried to get into the rhythm behind Hueni, and then he wasn't as fast as I expected him to be. So I just overtook him and. Was a little surprised that I managed to drop him as well, but I think he might have had a little bit of wing damage or something. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. I never expected to be second in this race and so close to Vexit actually at the end there. He had some trouble in the final stint, I think.
Yeah, I saw that you were closing up to him, and if you would have a couple more laps, you will definitely maybe overtake him actually.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean I will happily take this result because I honestly like I was looking at TT results and he was so much faster than me in there, and I figured that this is just gonna be a
Yep.
lonely race for me in fourth or something. But then I guess everybody else had a little bit of problems, and I had a pretty good day today. So yeah, I'm uh I'm really happy with that result.
Yeah, and how do you like the new track? Was it?
It's. I mean, I really didn't like it at first because you have that sector 1 and sector 2, which are very awkward in an F1 car. But I've done like 3 races here now, and I sort of began to enjoy it toward the end there because I found some rhythm and also maybe a little bit of a better setup for myself. So yeah, it's okay. Not wondrous, I would say, but I kind of liked it there toward the end. So yeah.
Yep. And also getting the fastest lap of the race will get
Oh
you
yes, yeah,
extra points in the
yeah.
championship.
I just went like full out on that one, like
Yeah.
deploying everything I had to try to get that, and yeah, got it as well. So I'm happy with that.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I hope you have a great
Yeah,
day.
thank you,
Good luck in the rest of the season.
thank you.
All right. So that was Ice Wind. Let's see if we can get someone else in. Uh, let's see. Vexen. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Vexen. You had a great race, dominating like almost the whole race. You know, on the first lap, maybe Juani overtook you, but you came back really strong there.
Yeah, cheers. I didn't make it easy for myself, that's for sure. It looks pretty comfortable from off pretty much lap 2 to the end of the second stint. But then for some reason I decided to go into maximum bottle mode and give myself damage twice, uh, and then for some reason decide to miss my braking point for turn 4 by like 50 meters. So that was great. Lost me about another second. So uh, it wasn't easy in the end, but yeah, it was interesting, and glad to have got the win in the end.
Yeah, it definitely was. And the two stop. Why? What happened with the mediums? Weren't the mediums good enough at the end of their stints, or?
The mediums were a good enough tire. I'd just say that it wasn't really the tires, it was just my misjudgment carried a little bit too much speed through the apex of turn 5. So I
Alright.
wouldn't say the tires were dead. They were still fine. I could have probably gone to about lap 25 on them if I really wanted to. Um, but yeah, um, the mediums didn't uh, kill my wing. It was just me.
Alright. And how do you like this new track?
I like it a lot actually. Done quite a few hours on it. It's very tricky, very it's quite different compared to most other tracks, especially with the first sector and the roundabout corner, which is turn 6, I believe. It makes it a lot more interesting compared to most other tracks, and yeah, I think I've really grown to love this track on this game at the moment.
Alright. Well, thank you for joining us, and I hope you have a great day and a great rest of the season.
Thank you. You have a good night as well, man.
Yep, thank you very much.
Bye.
Alright, I think that's gonna be it. Not sure if Gary. eh, let's see here. Actually, we have Wazook as well, but I'm not sure if he's Wazook. Gary not responding. Let's see. Alright, I think that's just gonna be it for today's race. Actually, wait, Gary is responding. Alright. No, sorry. Alright. He doesn't want to get interviewed, I guess. Uh, Alright, that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching.